brother.
Brother.
But really, a horker, some twine, 3 wood elves, and a hatchet? Points for creativity, if nothing else.
Let that be a lesson to you, young pups. There is no challenge that magic cannot overcome.
Still here? What's the matter? Can't handle what I'm throwing your way? Wonderful. The only good bard is a dead one as far as I'm concerned. All that singing and mirth. Your payment, as per the usual. Well, aren't we the eager one? Sorry to disappoint, but there's nothing. Try me again later.
Greetings, brother. Yeah. Come, I haven't got all day. Maybe you're not so soft after all. Now you're ready for a real challenge. I'll anoint you with the symbol of the bear, the saber cat, and the mammoth. Tread carefully. These are mighty beasts. Here's where you need to go. The guardian spirits of bear, mammoth, and saber cat await you. Return when they are defeated. Here's where you need to go. All right, then.
nothing! I cannot rest you!
What's happening? Dookie drawers. We're back in preschool now. Yeah, I'm charging my phone, so that's why I got the black bar of doom up there on the side. Yeah, see, there you go. No, I didn't forget to charge it. Gradually, it seems like little by little, I'm going to check out and see. Oh, it's Stranger's Wrath? Oh, okay. Yeah, I've played a little bit of that. I believe I actually have it digitally on PS3, but they also ended up remastering it, and apparently the remaster is really good. And it came out, for some reason, it came out physically on Switch, but not on PS4. Or I think it did come out physically on PS4, but you'd have to go through limited run games to get that one. Meanwhile, you can get the Switch version at Best Buy and GameStop, I think. It's kind of dumb because, like, limited run games had this thing going on with Best Buy where they were going to allow some of their titles to be sold at Best Buy. But it was only like the Switch versions. It wasn't the PS4 versions. It doesn't make any friggin' sense. Yeah, I've heard it's really good. I played a little bit of it. Haven't beaten it though. But that's another one that's on my backlog to go back to. Alright, so clearly there isn't anything else that's been around any of these places. After going through 3 different areas, unless I was supposed to meet here at a later point for some other type of quest related thing. Because there's that one, there's that one, there's that one, it's nothing. This is definitely going to be one of those games that I'm going to take with me when we go on vacation. I'll zoom back out. I'll zoom out really far. I better not do that. I better zoom in a little bit. Oops. Oops. There we go. Well, no, there's still a cave that's up over here. The only thing is, it was about the Oddworld Inhabitants games. I remember back when I got, I think the second one was called Abe's Exodus. And then the first one was called Abe's Odyssey, I believe. And I remember when I got them on PS1, and I really liked them for what they were. And then I just kind of got bored with them because of them having like puzzly, platformy elements that it seemed like the controls didn't really want to respond properly. And of course, then they ended up remaking the first one, and I think they added some stuff into it as well. And then they came out with a brand new game, which was called Soulstorm, which I believe was actually supposed to be the third game, but I guess for some reason maybe there wasn't enough popularity at that point in time for them to make it, and then they finally made it. But I was like, eh. And then, of course, they ended up making that Munch's Odyssey, I believe, on original Xbox and PC. And that one, good grief. From what I played of that, it seemed like it was mostly like a collect-a-thon kind of game. That's what it felt like, anyways. And of course, then Stranger's Wrath came out, and everybody got hooked onto that one. Which, if I had to choose, that would be the main one I would deal with. Yeah, it was on original Xbox, that's true. Hello, bears. Belching up flames. Oh, I think I actually remember coming to this part on another character. Yeah, because I think that there was only like 2 bears in this entire cave, but there was something about it, I believe, at a later point that happened here. I could be wrong. 2077 is 30 on GOG. Man, it's kind of crazy that it's not dropping more in price. Because, like, I've seen it like $5 now at, like, GameStop. I mean, honestly, dude, from all that I had played, and this is what's so stupid, too. People are all having these different types of experiences with this games. There's been a couple reviews that I've heard of people who didn't have any problems at all when they were playing it. which is weird. But regardless, the majority is actually putting up with a lot of crap from it. But like, I'd gotten it at 30, and I didn't have it. Matter of fact, I think I'm actually going to take that one with me as well, because I told myself I was going to go back and see what other type of other stuff they were going to put into it. I honestly hadn't had any like game-breaking bugs that I could ever recall in it. Was there bugs and glitches? Yeah, there was, but I don't recall there ever being anything that crashed the game or stalled the game or nothing. Yeah, I mean, at the very least, they should end up having it where it's going to be like $10 or something for PC, or $5. I don't know. I think maybe one of the reasons is because they still feel like there's redeeming value within the PC side of things, considering the fact you have people who can actually mod it, so they're trying to actually see that there's still some value in it for people to be able to buy it at such a price, considering the fact that there's mods to be able to download for it. So yeah, exactly. I mean, heck, I'm playing Skyrim right now, you know. Matter of fact, there was another patch that came out for this. I have no idea what it is. I hadn't bothered to go and check, but it came out. It downloaded like a couple days ago. I was like, what the heck? I was like, what in the world did they do now? I mean, yeah, Skyrim is definitely one of the most played ones and one of the most beloved games in the franchise, and it's been modded all the heck and back, but... Okay, I was wrong. There wasn't just 2 bears in here. That was a completely different cave. I really need to... I know one of the things I'm going to do. Whenever I start another new character, I'm going to go and get myself an archery build. I put a little bit of archery into this character, but ultimately I'm just dealing with... Holy macaroni! One of the reasons I'm swinging so slow is because of my heavy armor. If I had like leather or cloth on, I'd be doing it a lot better. He's just running away. Oh, they're killing my brothers and sisters. And he runs away and stares at a wall. And runs off anyways. Okay, well, you go ahead and run. I've kind of noticed that lately. Like, there was one, I didn't even do any type of like fear effect or anything on any of the enemies, and one was running away from me before. I didn't mean to do that. One was running away from me before I even ended up coming into this cave, before you showed up. And then another one, that one right there, is running away from me. So now they're coming after me again. Some people may consider me to have a real boring build, but I got so caught up on the fact of trying to try out everything, and technically I guess you could, but that would take a long time, so you really need to kind of focus on what type of builds you want. So I don't think that you can go and refund any points either. I don't believe that you can, because otherwise I would probably try to do that. His PC completely shut off during playing the... Holy crap, dude. Man, you know you got a problem if a game is completely shutting your stuff down like that. That's insane. Well, I mean, one thing's for sure. I will say this. Well, I may have mentioned this before, I don't know, but when you start the game, play the main story until you have the ability to get dragon shouts, to when you actually, which it doesn't take long at all to get the dragon shout ability. It doesn't take that long for you to actually gain access to it. Because then, anywhere you go and you find any of these any dragon walls that have words of power on them, you automatically absorb them, even if you don't do that main story quest at that point in time. Because if you absorb the words, and you don't do the story quest, you're not going to be able to utilize the dragon shouts until you actually get the dragon shout ability, which as soon as you do that, and of course then you have to go and master it with the old graybeards on the tower, or the mountain. But any other place that you come by and you get those words of power, dragons will start spawning in the world, and sometimes they'll have specific places they spawn at, and then they'll show up randomly in other places. But when you kill dragons, those souls are what grants you the ability to utilize the shouts. And actually they have levels too, as a matter of fact, if you want to call them that. But like, for example, with the shouts here, like, there's only one for that one. So if I have a dragon soul, I could be able to use that one. And see, some have 1, some have 3. I mean, you can still use it by 1 soul, but the more you level it up, the bigger the recharge will be, or the faster it'll be, on top of the fact of, I think it probably granting other effects as well. So... That's terrible when you get a mace stuck in the side of your head and you're just floating downstream. Yeah, exactly. Too much bad in it. Yeah, it's insane, especially that talk that I ended up hearing about. Oh yeah, we're gonna basically completely remake the game through a patch or something. I'm like, what? I'm like, how are you gonna manage to do that? That's what I'd heard. I don't know if it's true or not, because of all the negative backlash they've been getting about it. I mean, it's kind of amazing to me that some games developers that go and release these broken games, they make up for it with other patches they put out. They actually have it run better, but still that doesn't constitute the fact that they released it a buggy mess in the first place. I'm basically just running into a bear cave here. I might as well go ahead and just have a shield up, because for crying out loud, dual wielding in heavy armor is cumbersome. Dual wielding in leather armor is probably a lot more easier to deal with, or even in cloth armor. But then again, you gotta realize you're gonna have a lower... Holy crap, I just kicked a ribcage. You're gonna have a lower... They speed up when you get close to things, kicking these things. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's just like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna change these up a little bit through a patch. You guys have been doing that for a long while now. I mean, I finished the main story one time. I mean, obviously there's other choices for me to make playing through it again. I finished the main story one time. I've done a whole lot of side stuff in it. So I definitely feel like I got $30 worth out of it. But there's still more to be done. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I think there's 3 endings in the main story. I could be wrong. I don't know. So, what was the purpose of this? It brings me to a dead end. I guess it's supposed to be just one of those random things where it's like, hey, here's a cave full of bears. But then again, sometimes some of these areas that you go into can actually be areas for quests later. Oh, look, there's a chest. Same ending, it was same as a regular. Oh, jeez, except for one thing. That's insane. Ah, I see. So they were doing some data mining. I actually ended up unsubscribing from somebody today on YouTube because I really liked his I've always liked his videos because of just how silly and stupid they were, and he would be the type of person who would put out long videos. Like he would like hour long, hour and a half long, something, but it seemed like it was constantly entertaining all the way through it. And obviously he would do this, release games like, or videos, I believe, like every month or every couple months, something like that. $20 at most, yeah, immersion breaking. Yeah, I don't blame you. But I unsubscribed from him today, and obviously I disliked the video because the video he put out said the unholy world of Jesus games. I was like, are you kidding me? And he went in and started it up and said, well, I'm not going to be doing a Christmas video this year, bye. And then all of a sudden he just appeared as being dressed up like Jesus, and then he was talking about how it's like, oh, we all know the story. Is he was saying something like, oh yeah, Jesus. They ended up killing him and putting him in a T pose, and then they ended up he ended up forming the 12 disciples or something. He said something like that and called it Organization 13, which is actually something from Kingdom Hearts. I was like, what the heck? And then he was he started calling the Bible the Bibble and all that, and I was just like, okay, you know what? Forget it. I was like, forget this. I was like, I'm not putting up with this. The video itself was like over an hour long, and I just stopped like a few moments in because I was like, I know that he's not going to treat this with kid gloves, is he? Surely enough, he's not. Oh, his name is Kadakarus or Kadikarus. Keyword on the dick part, I guess. But they call him Caddy on YouTube. Like it has something to do with his last name. Because his sister actually works for PlayStation Access. And, you know, one of those channels that I really like. And I had known about him before I knew about her, especially with her having her own channel. But with her working with PlayStation Access now, she's never put any time and effort into her own channel. But, yeah, it's like CADD ICARUS, I think is how you spell it. Yeah, no surprise. Yeah, no kidding. It's also based over in the UK. But then again, people getting on the wonderful world of YouTube and just giving in to whatever it is YouTube puts out. Like but yeah, the name that he has something to do with his last name. Something like that. But I gave up on it. I said forget it. I was like, I'm not putting up with that. You know, even then, he doesn't put out a lot of videos anyways, but when he does, they're pretty long, but still. Yeah, exactly. Obviously, you can't see dislikes anymore, but I ended up unsubscribing from him, too, so... And I know the only reason that he did it was it being a Christmas-related video, and I think he's done other Christmas-related videos before in the past that I believe I've seen, but this one was just like, all right, no, never mind, forget it, because I already know some of the stuff that he was going to show, because I've already seen some of these games before in the past, and I automatically knew some of the things that he was going to talk about. So I can only imagine what his thoughts were going to be on it, and I said no. So there's no sense of me even bothering. Yeah, that worked perfectly. I mean, we are dealing with a wood person. Dang, I caught him on fire and blew him all like a mile away. Spriggan. That was a good anime movie. I don't know if they ever made a series out of it, but... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, aiming to be tolerant. The fact that, you know, it's like maybe you know it, maybe you don't know it, but you're willingly going and doing this. You're willingly doing it and letting it happen, and not having like questions or anything about it, or wanting to know what's up or what have you. This is just flat out, I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna make a controversial video, and I don't care if I lose subscriptions or not, or likes or dislikes, or blah blah blah. So forget it. It's one thing for you not to know something, and it's another thing for you just to willingly go and be like, and just go and act that way towards it. Is that a chest? Oh, okay, no, it's not. Holy crap. Oh, no, it was a tent. Oh, somebody had a bad day. Hey, Kirsty. How's it going? How you doing? Ignorance. Yes. That's true. But you know, if there was another video made of any other type of faith or whatever, oh, you're a terrible bad person. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't make a video like that. What about if you offended everybody? Wait a minute, so that was the spot? It almost just seemed like it was just a place for me to fast travel to. Being miserable. Oh, did you already have that surgery? See, like, I don't see anything here, unless it just seems like they were making it out to be a fast travel point to get to other places. Wednesday, yeah, I mean, I understand how you feel, since I've had it before myself, but I guess that all depends on what part of the body you have it on too. So I mean, regardless, you're going to be dealing with discomfort. And they probably gave you a lot of some pain meds, too, to take with it, I'm sure. Which, you know, it's funny. When I first had that surgery, the first time I ever did, and it's crazy to think this, but it's true, I rarely ever used any of the pain medicine that they had given me for it. Like, I think I used it once, I believe. Maybe twice, from what I can recall. But it was pretty much a 3-week period of me healing up completely from it. Yeah, exactly. I don't either. So... well, you know, somebody's cutting on you, then I guess not. Well, no, I get it. But I know how you feeling about it. Honestly, man, last vigil, yeah, no kidding. And it's just like stuck away up there in the mountains. Alright, so obviously I'm going to be going there, so I'm just going to fast travel over there to get over there. Never know how much yeah, your abdominal muscles, yeah, no kidding. It's like you never really know how much you're actually utilizing until you use it after you've ended up having some surgery, because everything just works in tandem like it's supposed to, but the moment that something happens in one of the spots on your body, it's like, holy crap. So, besides the main place I was going to here, I'm going back to something else. It always happens. It's like, oh, we're going to go here. No, wait, let's get sidetracked. You use your left hand more than you thought. Well, I guess it's good to be ambidextrous. I guess when you can't really gain access to Rosie Palmer and her 5 friends for any extended period of time, you probably feel a little lonely. You said right-handed. Yeah. You're right-handed. You use your left hand more than you thought. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go. There's why I never heard it be called that before. Be on a special diet before and after. Lost 20 pounds because of it. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, when you lose weight that you don't need, that's a plus. I've got to get back to doing that myself. Honestly, I'm always aiming to diet and watch what I eat and whatnot, and try to keep certain things out of my diet that I don't want there. So that is not where I need to go, is it? No. Yeah, exactly. Well, usually it seems like around the holidays you're not supposed to really go and say, I'm gonna diet, because you know you're just gonna eat like a hog. So yeah. You were right there in the way of my path and didn't even... Jeez, man. Broken Helm Hollow. See? You're running and hitting with heavy armor. It's gonna go crazy with how your swinging is. I just need to... Next time I end up making a character in this, I'm gonna do it where I'm being proficient in leather armor and dual wield, because then I could be a lot faster, and then put up the fact of dealing with bow and arrow too. Yeah, exactly. It's just like the other one that I've got. I don't know if I would need to lose weight to end up getting it fixed, but at the same time, it couldn't hurt, you know. So I actually forgot I need to call the doctor and get an appointment. I forgot to do that this morning.
Time to end this little game.
Well, really, the thing is, the way I feel is that if you lay off the things you know you shouldn't have or have much of, and you exercise like you should, then all should be well.
You're bleeding.
I mean, you don't want to go and sit there in the kitchen and eat a tub of lard, so, I mean, that's one thing. So if you kind of just have an idea of what you should and shouldn't eat, or how much of a certain thing, then... Well, that was the one I was just looking at. So, Season 2 of Witcher, I think, is actually better than the first one. But, yet again, I would have liked there to be more action in it. I mean, there's action in it, but not as much as I would like there to be. I don't know what's going to happen in these last 2 episodes, but I'm definitely going to at least watch one more before I head to work, and then I'll just finish it up tonight when I get back. Counting calories. Yeah. Well, then again, if you completely cut those calories out, you don't really have to count them. But then again, there's also some things that people can eat and can or can't eat, so everybody's different when it comes to that. Yeah, which, to be perfectly honest, from all that I've seen in this season, there's only been, like, one scene in particular, or at least a couple of them, I believe, in one particular episode where that had happened, and then there wasn't any more. There was one scene, though, where I thought it was going to happen, but it didn't, which was kind of surprising to me that it didn't happen, and also the fact that it's friggin' Netflix, and, you know, they're like, we'll do everything except for this, because we're hypocrites, you know, that whole thing. It's like, if you're going to do one, you might as well do them all, but no. Wait a minute. Okay, never mind. I don't want it then. I'm not gonna wait to sell it either. Yeah, I mean... Oh, I remember this quest sometime back. A long while ago, actually. But, I mean, I don't want any nudity, period, in stuff that I watch, because it's just filler, really. You're gonna, unless you're allergic, you're gonna crave it. Yeah, but if you don't have it in the home, you won't eat it unless you end up going out and just getting a little something to knock your craving out, and that's it. But if you have it at home and you're just constantly eating it because it's sitting there in your kitchen, it's not gonna be pretty. Starvation definitely isn't something that you need to do at all. That's definitely a big no-no when it comes to dieting. Some people think, oh, I just won't eat much and they'll lose weight. No, that's robbing your body of nutrients. Yeah. Or like also I don't like I guess like super duper excessive violence. Like it's like, okay, we got the point, but we're still going here, and you know, I don't know. And I really don't like torture in movies or TV shows either. I just doesn't matter what it is. I'm just like, dude, I don't want to see this. I don't know what is supposed to be entertaining about this. Oh look, I dodged a mace from hitting me as soon as I opened up a chest. I mean, I know it's probably supposed to be done for the whole shock value aspect, but I'm just like, no, I just don't want to see it, period. Starvation to make you gain weight. Yeah, because you probably would end up eating more than what you're supposed to when you finally get back to eating again. Well, just throw out some flames and crack him in the skull. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. Oh, man. Hang on a second, folks. I need to do something here real quick, considering I just remembered this. I'm going to keep myself from getting attacked here for a second. Oops. Let's see here. Just 1 second, folks. I'll be right back. I'm gonna make this quick call. I'll return in a few moments. I'll see how long it takes me to get through. Alright, I'm back. No, I ain't have to go take no dump. I ain't have to go to the bathroom. I had to call to get a doctor's appointment. Can't get one today, so I got it tomorrow at 11:10 a.m. So, yeah, gonna find out what's going on with my ticker, if it even is my ticker, unless it's my pectoral muscle. I don't really know, but yeah, let's see what's gonna go on with that. I figured that that more than likely I wouldn't get one today because I forgot to call when I woke up. I probably should have actually set an alarm for me to wake up like as soon as they opened up and then called it in, but I was like, I'll just call when I usually wake up, and I didn't. I just remembered it a little bit ago. So yeah. Glad he muted his mic. Well, I wouldn't have taken it in there anyways, dude. Even if I did, actually, you probably would end up hearing Tanya running her mouth to her coworkers in the background, possibly. I don't know. Sometimes she could get loud with them when she's laughing and all that other crap. She's getting off at 1:30 today because she's gonna get some stuff taken care of with the cooking something and nails and I don't know. Stuff and things that she needs to get done. I don't know what his tower is. It's somewhere up there, and I don't know. I can't climb mountains like friggin' Link in Breath of the Wild. There's gotta be some way to get up there, but usually in the wonderful world of Skyrim, you kind of do this thing where you try to just jump all the way up mountains and cardio your way up the side of them. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. I'm such a good listener. Yes, I like to think so. But then again, at the same time, sometimes selective listening really works out too. It's like, for example, one of these friends of mine on Facebook ended up posting a meme a couple days ago and said, "Do men's ears actually work for listening, or are they just there for show? I'm asking for a friend." And I laughed about it, and I said, you know what? I kind of wonder if women's mouths ever stop moving. And she just did like this surprised look and sent me some type of like funny little meme back. I mean, obviously, you know, I was joking about it, but there was a sense of seriousness there too at the same time, which I know that she had the same thing. You know, there's always some sense of like, hey, this is true for certain people, but I'm going to joke about it kind of thing, you know. An accurate joke. Sindar's beacon. Oh, so you're not an enemy, sir. Talk to me!
Don't set anything on fire, all right?
I'm not gonna set anything on fire.
Yes. Our order was founded after the Oblivion Crisis. We dedicate our lives to facing the threat of Daedra wherever they appear.
Which, you know, I mean, obviously,
we're quartered in the hall.
We're joking around, but still, you know.
Corset heads Skyrim's branch of our order there.
There's some sense of truth
and justice as needed.
In it at the same time for both ways. So, other people had commented some other stuff on there, but I didn't read it. So,
he is the god of mercy, the patron of order and justice for all of Tamriel. We bring his compassion where none can be found, cleansing all those who would offend his children. And any other abominations that prey on mortals. Vampires, werewolves, witches. But the Daedra are the worst. Their callous disregard for our lives is abhorrent in the eyes of the God of mercy.
Well, I mean, you know, obviously it does definitely make sense for you to be able to pay attention for something that's really important. But if it's just like a constant thing about something that really doesn't have any merit, it's just like, I don't want to hear it. I mean, yeah, there's been many times where I say, yeah, just like a broken record. Because, I mean, it's not the fact of me ignoring it, it's the fact that I don't know really what else to say sometimes, you know? Yeah. I'm like, hey, I'm listening, I'm paying attention, but I don't know what else to really be able to say about certain things. If I do, then I'll say it. If I don't, then I just don't. Oh, a drinking horn. Isn't that precious? Well, if that's the case, then there could also be some underlying problems with that as well. Ew! Ah, come on, man! Dang it! Almost hit 36 or 30. Am I 36 or 37? I don't bloody well know. Well, I shaved my head last night with those new clippers that I mentioned to you that I got, and they work really well. I used the nose hair trimmer a couple days ago, and that worked really well. I'm pretty sure the scissors work fine, and the other cordless trimmer probably works fine too. The only problem is that you have to use batteries in the cordless ones. They're not rechargeable. Although I guess for the price that you got it at, I guess maybe that's one reason why they end up having it cheaper than what it would be if you had rechargeable batteries in them. Yeah, well, I mean, I can understand that, you know. But then again, I mean, it also kind of boils down to stuff that you would have in common too. You know, obviously you would talk a lot about that, but if you don't and you have your own things, you know, it's still good to try to show some interest in them. To talk and discuss about it and just talk about whatever you can about it. And if there's nothing else more you can say, it's like, okay, well, this is all I can say. Oh, there's a dragon thingy up here. So if that's the case... yeah, cars, I don't care anything about cars either, honestly. I'm the type of person where I'm like, you know what? As long as I have something that runs good, that's all I care about. I don't care nothing about cars. Yeah. I mean, I hear other guys talk about cars too, and I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. Because it's funny, because some of the guys at work are kind of look at me like they think that I know what they're talking about, and I don't. Yeah, I get what you're saying. That's another reason why I told myself, I'm like, I was aiming to find a woman who had the same interests as I did. Luckily, I have. But that was one of the things that I'd always told myself was that I wasn't, like in the past, I was kind of dealing with stuff like that, where it's just like certain women that I would date, I was like, well, you know, we don't really have anything in common, so what's the point? Or, you know, it was just like a waste of time, really. It almost seemed like it was just one of those things where it's like, I want to be with somebody, you know, because some people are like that. It's just like, I just want to be with somebody. I don't care if I have anything in common or not. Duh. Well, that almost seems like it's going to end up presenting a whole new set of problems than what you had to begin with. So I wouldn't recommend that. Dang, there wasn't no stairs there. I just fell off the side. And that's one reason why people end up getting divorced too, like they do, or they end up breaking up like they do, because they don't have anything in common or can't see eye to eye on certain things. Like they should, especially when it comes to more important matters. I just gotta be with somebody. No, you don't. What do they censor now? Dude, I really think it's YouTube though. I don't think it's Sony. Dag blasted. I thought my locket pick went up. You... There we go. Well, I reckon. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, it's doing a charging dingle dangle right now, so they had like 30 minutes left before it was fully charged. Sure, I'm glad it has a fast charging thing. Frost hole, 4-hole, butthole, what? Butthole. Pharrell host, hold something, frost hold, Frostmourne. The sword and that Arthas and Warcraft 3 and World of Warcraft has. You know what, dude? I really feel there's no way for me to ever go back to World of Warcraft ever since I had gotten out of it. Because it seems like it's the same stuff that it's always been. And I don't even understand how I managed to stick with it for as long as I did when I was playing it. I think what it was that I was trying to just explore everything in the world.
As an officer of the Imperial Legion, I require your assistance to complete my mission.
Uh-oh. What mission?
The General has sent me to obtain a powerful weapon for the war effort. This was the last great bastion of the Dragon Cult, and their leader's mask was reported to be...
Oh, I remember this one. I remember this mission. Something, I'm seeing new stuff, and then I'm seeing other stuff I'd seen before. I have no idea. I've never heard of that. I don't need to do no ramming, though. It's shish-kebabbed.
It seems that after the strength of the cult was broken in the Dragon War, a last contingent came here to create a stronghold and regroup. King Harold's forces crushed stragglers here during the First Era, and it has been haunted ever since. But the specifics of the siege are unclear.
I guess you could have something like that was also called a hot pepper hole, too, but I don't think that would solve anything either.
Oh, well, of course they disavow all knowledge. Spies are everywhere. Are you going to help me with my mission? I need someone very capable. They were among the first men to arrive from Atmora, and they worshipped certain animals as avatars of the gods, dragons being foremost. And for their bloody sacrifices, the dragons gifted their priests with terrible power. But their cruelty was too great for men to bear, and they rose up in what would be called the Dragon War, and the cult swept from the land. The General has sent me to obtain a powerful weapon for the war.
Accidentally hit that.
Are you going to help me with my mission? I need someone very capable.
I need to get the thingy.
Very good. The research I've done seems to indicate that Skorm Snowstrider left part of his journal here after laying siege. I believe it should indicate how to enter the blocked-off sections of the stronghold. I should warn you, Forelhost is quite haunted. I'm sure you can handle it. Return to me here and you've obtained the staff.
If I'm not mistaken, I think after this mission, I get,
Careful now. Wouldn't want someone to get burned.
Why is it always telling me about using fire magic? I'm not using fire magic. My shout is fire, but it's not like shooting out of my hands. If I'm not mistaken, with this mission, I think you determine whether or not you kill the guy when you get the mask, because I think you can determine whether or not you want to keep it or not, or he just lets you have it. I don't know. I know it's one of those Dragon Cult masks. I forgot what it done. But anyways, I'm going to do a save. Matter of fact, there was another mission that I was doing recently. Where I actually had stopped it when I realized that I was getting my butt handed to me. I think a glitch happened where I couldn't get all of my armor back because I was sneaking into a place with some other armor on, and it was just like regular clothes, and there was nothing else that I could do about it. So when I went to my chest to go and get it, when I got to a certain spot, everything wasn't there, and I was just getting my butt handed to me. Well, meanwhile, if I would have had everything like I have on now, I wouldn't have ran into that. So I'm just going to do that at a later point, even though I think everything like levels with you. Make sure you wear a mask. You don't want to get the dragon virus. Oh. Just burn him to ash. That was great. What is this? Oh, goat cheese wedge. Serious case of dragon breath. Gong. Bad breath. Yeah. The only thing is, though, is I didn't set stuff on fire when I breathed out my breath. Yes, fire really does work on spirits. Apparently. Let me check something here real quick. Okay. I figured. Wait a minute. Yeah, I figured. I figured it was that time. Well, with that being the case, lady and gent, I'm going to go ahead and end up ending the stream now because of the fact that getting close to 12, and I got to leave for work in an hour and a half. So I'm going to go and watch another episode of The Witcher and get something to eat. Need the bathroom buddy from Gremlins if I don't remember. Yeah, well, I haven't seen Gremlins in so long I can't remember that line from it, but I've anyways. But yeah, I'll probably be back tonight, maybe stream a little bit more of this, but anyways. I appreciate everybody checking out the live version and the archive version, and I will go ahead and end this like I always do. Later taters, Fus Roda, and all that stuff, like the Dragon Shout goes, but we're going to do it like, later taters, instead of Fus Roda. Fus Roda taters. There you go.